What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Thursday, December 30th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by No House Advantage. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can find me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, all new users to No House Advantage receive a $25 deposit bonus using the code Awesemo. Today, we're going to take a look at 5 of the best tournament options on FanDuel. Keep in mind that there's a lot of moving parts. We're waiting on some injury news. We potentially could lose the last game of the night as the Denver Nuggets are apparently dealing with a COVID outbreak. But right now, taking an early look at 5 of the best tournament options. Coming in at number 5, Kevon Looney is expensive on FanDuel. He's $5,200. That's also going to keep his ownership in check. He's currently projected for about 9% ownership with an 11% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Assuming that this game is good to go, Looney offers power forward and center eligibility. He's averaged 0.96 FanDuel points per minute this season, and with Draymond Green still sidelined for Golden State, it's likely that you see 26 to 28 minutes from Looney at relatively low ownership. Coming in at number 4, Tyrese Maxey, $6,600. He hasn't been a favorite option of mine this season when the Sixers are relatively healthy. He's only averaged 0.75 FanDuel points per minute in the games that he's played with Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris this year, but he's also averaged 32.8 minutes per game in those games. He's projected for 17% ownership on FanDuel. He has a 20% chance of being in the optimal lineup with point guard and shooting guard eligibility. Number 3, Tobias Harris, staying with the Philadelphia 76ers. He is very reasonably priced on FanDuel at only $7,400. He's projected for 27% ownership, has a 31% chance of being in the optimal lineup. In the games that he's played with Joel Embiid healthy this year, or active, I should say, Harris has averaged one FanDuel point per minute. He's averaged 35.4 minutes per game, projected to go a little bit under owned tonight. Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo, $11,200 on FanDuel with power forward and small forward eligibility. He's averaged 1.71 FanDuel points per minute in the games that he's played with Drew Holiday and with Chris Middleton active this season. He's averaged 31.8 minutes per game in those games. There is some blowout risk tonight against a shorthanded, absolutely terrible Orlando team, but if the Bucks do blow out the Magic, it's likely that a lot of the production comes from Antetokounmpo and that you don't necessarily need him to get his full 32-minute average. So he's projected to go a little bit under-owned, 31% projected ownership on FanDuel, 36% chance of being in the optimal lineup. And the number 1 FanDuel tournament option on the slate, Lauri Markin at $5,500. He's pulling quite a bit of ownership at 28%, but he also has a 43% chance of being in the optimal lineup. He has small forward and power forward eligibility. There's a lot of volatility in Markkinen's projection tonight because he's averaged 0.83 FanDuel points per minute this season, but we really haven't seen what the Cavaliers offense looks like without any of Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, or Ricky Rubio. That's going to be the case tonight, and Markkinen's one of the most likely options to pick up the extra usage. Without Garland or Sexton on the floor this year, Ricky Rubio had a 27% usage rate. That's now gone as well. You have relatively low usage, 18 to 20% guys in Lauri Markkanen and Evan Mobley. Kevin Pangos is a low usage guy. He potentially could start in place of Rubio. Isaac Okoro is a low usage guy. Dean Wade is an extremely low usage guy. So some of these guys are going to have to shoot more than they normally do. I think that out of the typical starters, the 2 most likely to see an uptick in usage are Markkanen and Mobley. Markkanen comes in at only $5,500 and looks to be a bit under-owned on tonight's slate. So to recap the top 5 tournament options on FanDuel, number 5, Kevon Looney. Number 4, Tyrese Maxey. Number 3, Tobias Harris. Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And number 1, Lauri Markin.